So I had a loyal Patreon supporter ask me a question. He wanted me to talk about how to use the subdivision surface modifier, particularly in context of hard surface modeling, car hoods, helmets, and all this different shit, okay? So we're going to talk about two things today, okay? We're going to talk about how to use the subdivision surface modifier. Just going to go over some of the basics, okay? Some basic things that you can do with it, how you can apply it to car hoods and modeling hard surfaces. And we're also going to talk about how to combine two modifiers. So we're going to combine the subdivision surface modifier with a solidify modifier or something, maybe two subdivision surface modifiers and stuff like that, okay? And by the way, guys, I just finished making this badass T95, okay? Look at this thing over here. I just finished modeling this. If you want to download this model, I'll put the download link into my Instagram bio, okay? So go check that out, and while you're at it, maybe you can also see some content of me lifting or some shit, me working out. Maybe I'll inspire you to get off your ass sometimes and don't sit on your computer all day. Make sure you work out, okay? Anyway, so listen. I'm going to show you what the subdivision surface modifier does. Let's say we got a cube out here, okay? And you add a subdivision surface modifier, and it basically turns into a sphere, okay? That's what the subdivision surface modifier does. It makes shit round, okay? If you look at a simpler example, we can take a plane. We can take a plane, subdivision surface modifier, and it turns into a circle, okay? If you look at a plane which has like an angle, okay, it makes the ends of the plane round, and it makes this edge between the two faces, it makes it round, it makes it like a curve, okay? That's basically what the subdivision surface modifier does. There's no need to complicate the mathematics behind how it works. It doesn't matter. It adds new geometry and it makes it round, okay? That's what it does. Now, here are some primary tools when it comes to using the subdivision surface modifier, okay? Of course, you can change the number of levels over here. That stuff is obvious, okay? When you're using the subdivision surface modifier, let's say you look at this cube. If you go to edit mode, you will see that this thing that we turn into a sphere in edit mode is still a cube, okay? We didn't apply the subdivision surface modifier yet. We just activated it, and now Blender's showing us this is what it would look like if we applied the subdivision surface modifier. You understand what I'm trying to say? Okay, so it's still a cube. It didn't do anything yet. It just shows us what it would look like if we apply this modifier. Now we would have to apply this modifier in object mode. We have to apply this, and now the geometry is applied, and we actually have a sphere, and we actually have more geometry, and it's actually rounded, right? So until then, it was just a preview, and we're gonna undo this so we can get the preview back. But while it's still a preview, you can control the result of the subdivision surface modifier, okay? So check this out. You can add loop cuts, and that's gonna make the edges tighter like this, okay? And we basically turn a cube into a cylinder by just adding some loop cuts and some extra geometry. You can also do this the other way. You can have more geometry like this and like this, and now it just makes like little round edges between the different edges on the cube, okay? It makes little round bevels, okay? So now this is just a high poly, slightly rounded cube, which has some bevels on it, some nicer shading and whatnot, right? You can also do your smooth shading and the whole 9 yards, right? So these are some tools that you can use with the subdivision surface modifier. Another thing, which is perhaps, I wouldn't say it's more important, but it's perhaps just as important as adding geometry to control the curves, right? You can select some edges, like I selected these over here. And now if you go to edit mode, you hit N, and then you go up here to item, okay? And you'll find this little menu in the transform menu, this little slider at the bottom. It's called mean crease. Crank that shit up, and look what happens to the edges. The edges which I now selected, now that I turned this all the way to 1, they became completely sharp, okay? So even though they have a subdivision surface modifier on them, these edges are now completely sharp, okay? And we can just use that to turn this cube into something else. I can also take this edge and I can control how sharp it is, okay? I can just increase the weight over here. I can make it slightly more sharp, or I can make it completely sharp like this, okay? So just keep this in mind. This tool exists and you can use this to make stuff completely sharp, all right? Now keep in mind, when you're using smooth shading, this is going to give you some ugly shading. So if you do this, you're going to have to go over here and take these edges, and you're also going to have to mark them as sharp, okay? We're going to mark sharp, and then you got to go down here to your normals, turn on auto smooth, and just crank this all the way up. And that way it's only going to sharpen the edges which are marked as sharps, okay? So now we have some decent shading, okay? Whereas if you don't use sharps, and if you only use curved edges, okay, let me show you. Without mean crease, if you only add loop cuts like this or something to tighten your edges, now you still have pretty nice shading because it's just like a bevel and it's very smooth and it's very round, so you don't have to worry about any normals, edge splitting, or any marking sharps or any of that shit. So those are some of the two differences. Now, the more important part of this video, guys, now that we got the basics of the subdivision surface out of the way, if you got any more questions, just let me know. Okay, let me know in the comments. Find me on Discord if you want to talk about something. There's 600 people as of today talk about 3D modeling every fucking day. So if you need some tips, if you want to talk about 3D modeling, make sure you join the Discord channel. The link is in the description, okay? But look, here's how you would use the subdivision surface modifier in hard surface modeling, modeling cars, modeling helmets, whatever, okay? So you can take a plane, and I already have one example of a situation down here, but I'll show you how I got here and what you can do, okay? We're gonna take this plane, we're just gonna turn it into some kind of a little bent surface, something like this, okay? Something like this. And now that we have this plane over here, we can add a subdivision surface modifier, and that, as we discussed earlier, just makes it round and smooth and curved and whatever, right? It just adds new geometry, it subdivides it, okay? You can add your smooth shading, you don't have to. I'm gonna skip the smooth shading for now, I'm gonna keep it flat. And now that we have the subdivision surface modifier working and showing us what we could do, we can close this little thing. It's still there, we just don't want it bothering us. And now we can add another modifier. And let's say we're gonna add a solidify modifier. So now that we subdivided the surface and we made the edges round and we made the surface round and smooth, now on top of that we can also add some thickness to this surface, okay? And by the way, guys, this is still not destructive, this is still not applied, this is still Blender just showing us this is what would happen if you apply these modifiers. Which means you can take these edges, you can bend them to your will, you can create new edges, you can extrude them out and create new surfaces. Okay, control click, by the way, is what I'm using over here. It's a very typical tool for modeling cars and stuff like that, for modeling curved surfaces, okay? You still have full control over this geometry, and this modifier is not yet applied, okay? Which makes it very easy. You can make like a little edge over here, you can make a little separation like this, okay? You can make a little separation like this, add some more geometry to make sure everything is nice and controlled. You see what I'm saying? So you don't have to bother extruding everything twice. It's automatically extruded. Now you can add your smooth shading. Now you can add your normals again, okay, to make this the shading a little bit better, okay? So this is one of the ways that you can combine these two modifiers, okay? Now let me show you something even cooler, guys. In this case, what happened was we added the subdivision surface modifier to our surface, and then we added the solidify modifier to make shit thicker, okay? What we can do instead is we can take the surface, we can make it thick first, and then with all that thickness, then we subdivide it so that even the edges over here, which are currently sharp, they can be rounded. Let me show you what I mean by that. I don't have to show you much. All you gotta do is just switch these two around. Take this little thing on the side, just push it up, push it above. And now what Blender does is it basically, we can even remove the subdivision surface modifier. It takes this object, it takes this surface, which actually currently looks like this, right? It's a flat surface. It's a paper thin surface is what I'm trying to say. And now you add some solidity to this surface, so you add some thickness, okay? This is still not applied, remember? It's just a preview of what this could look like. And now on top of that, now that we have this thicker surface, now we subdivide this surface. So now these edges are made a little bit rounder, okay? So this is, for me, this is one of the more interesting, one of the more useful combinations between the subdivision surface modifier and the solidify modifier. And this is something that's very useful for modeling cars, for modeling fucking, I don't know, helmets, armor, shields, I don't know, all this different shit. It's up to you guys how you want to use this. I'm sure you're going to be able to figure out a lot of different ways and share the artworks on Discord, whatever you got. Another thing that you can do, by the way, I saw somebody make a video about this. I can't remember the name of the channel. It's like modeling a robot armor or something. I think the video went pretty viral. And he talked about the technique. I'm going to find him after the video. I'll put the link in the description just so you can check this guy out, because he made a genius, beautiful technique, okay? What he did was he added a subdivision surface modifier, okay, to a surface like this. So the surface is like this. He added a subdivision surface modifier like this, okay? And he checked simple, so it's just one level. He checked simple here, okay? And then on top of that, he added another subdivision surface modifier. Let me remove my wireframe. And now you keep this this kind of roughness, this kind of tightness around the corners. So if you're extruding stuff, the corners are still pretty tight. They just have a slight bevel on them. Meanwhile, the stuff below them, see, look what happens if you have only one regular subdivision surface modifier. Everything is completely rounded and smoothed out, right? But if you have one simple modifier, okay, it subdivides the surface, but it doesn't bend it. Okay, that's what happens when you use a simple tool on the subdivision surface modifier, as opposed to Catmull Clark. I don't even know what that means. I should probably Google that. Okay, it's just a different way of calculating. So if you use simple, now you add all this new geometry, and we talked about how adding new geometry can make edges tighter. So we have all this new geometry, and on top of that we add a normal subdivision surface modifier, which is gonna make that new geometry nice and round and smooth. Okay, and this was a really cool technique for modeling armor and modeling robotics and stuff like that. This guy's technique was absolutely genius. I was blown away by how he did this. He made some really cool artworks with this. Anyway, there's just a couple of tips for how you can combine modifiers, how you can use a subdivision surface modifier, solidify modifier. Any questions you guys got, make sure you ask them below. Join the Discord server. Listen, guys, we just hit 600 people today or yesterday. I don't know. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning right now, Saturday night. I'm out here filming fucking videos, and we just hit 600 people. Join this community, because every single day 600 people are talking about fucking 3D modeling for free. You don't gotta pay nothing. I just want you to join the community so we can talk about this. Okay, people are talking about this every single day. Every single day I learn something. There are people in there who are way better than myself. Okay, you just learn something when you talk to people about this shit every single day. Okay, you pick up new stuff. So if you want to learn more about 3D modeling, join the community, ask questions. It's very easy to reach me there. I'm always active there. You can find out when we're gonna do live streams. You can find out about new videos. You can make video requests, whatever. So this is where you can join a beautiful fucking 3D modeling community. Okay, so make sure you check that out. Make sure you download the T95. Okay, the link is below. And let me know what you guys want to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right.